I'm coming on this morning because I've had another rapture dream. It was a little after 3 this morning, between 3 and 5, because I woke up around 5 after the dream had ended. But I'm obviously on the way to work. But the dream was like me on a porch with, it looked like a relative maybe on the porch. But we were on the porch and I started feeling myself like lifting or feeling really weird. And I can't remember if when I looked out on the ocean, but I looked out and there were like this clouds that were really, really dark. Like they were black. They were not like your normal like bluish black. They were completely just very dark. And the thing is when they were, it was almost like a veil. So it was like a shadow being cast down on the water, and then it kind of went back to me, and I think I closed my eyes in the dream, and I started feeling my body lifting off, and I immediately woke up, obviously, and I was told that basically this is imminent, and God was showing me that I'm going home very soon. And I've had dream upon dream upon dream upon dream the last let's see, it started mid to late September, so it's been about 3.5 or so months. That may be off but yeah, it's from mid-September. But it was, God showed me everything that was about to happen. I had an economic collapse dream followed by a tsunami. I don't remember when that was, but it was within the past year. But I've seen signs let's see, that was September and October of this year, where I had a wave in the sky yet again. And I also had a dream where waters were basically raging over the land, and one of my relatives died, and I was climbing to a high building and into a tree. Sorry for the image. I'm on my way to work, but I do know that the tsunami will happen. I believe what I've been shown is there's going to be an asteroid that hits the Earth's crust so mightily that it's going to split the crust big time. Like it's going to hit with such a hard force that it's just going to cause ripples going out from it that are going to utterly destroy the crust and make lava ooze out. Because I saw that in a dream, and I thought that was around Halloween, and it didn't happen. But that's why I warned on the thing. It's like God can change dates, so God does it for a reason, trying to save people, and He knows when and where people need to be when things happen. So, but the asteroid hits, and it causes the tsunami several thousand feet tall, and it's going to hit the East Coast. And the thing is one of the Revelation, I think in Revelation it says the waters turn bitter. Well, if a great deal of salt water hits pretty much all of the U.S., I think it goes way inland. Like, I don't quite know where. It's past where the Mississippi is. So from the East Coast all the way to the Mississippi, and probably beyond. But all the waters will turn bitter immediately, because salt water, on the inland ways will destroy plants and everything else. And I've also been shown a seismic sign in the sky, and I was just told that is Grand Mesa right there, which is a great big mountain. And God was basically having me look around, and he's been telling me it's like the earthquake that I'm about to bring on this world is so violent and so massive that these mountains, like that one that you're seeing, that's Grand Mesa, will crumble to the ground. So all of it will crumble. Everything around you will change in an instant. Well, maybe not instant, but yes, it'll change. And all these mountains that you're seeing right now, imagine you taking if you've ever played in the sand and tried to destroy castles and whatever and shaking the crap out of them and making them dissolve. Well, that's what God's about to do with all the mountains. And all these mountains that you see around, because there's, I don't know if you can see, but there's mountains over there too. And it's dark, obviously, because it's before sunrise. But all the mountains that you see are going to come into the valley. So all the river courses and everything, and where the water is going to be absolutely altered. So the people that will be staying behind for the rapture will have to deal with a land that they are not familiar with. And also, if you have earthquakes, what does that mean for all the pipes and everything in built? Well, there won't be any buildings, but all the pipes break. So more than likely, you're going to have fires break out, because when pipes break and you have gas in buildings, kabloom, kablooey. So yeah, if there's any if there's like an electrical whatever and they hit the gas. And night will go to blackness, and I've in a lot of my dreams, and I think all this happens at once. I think the rapture and the collapse and the tsunamis and earthquakes, or it may be consecutive, right after another, one after another, because it says, and I keep hearing that everything changes within an hour. And what I find kind of interesting is when I hear preppers talk, they're like, oh, well, when the poop hits the fan and all this other stuff, and it's like they don't realize how violent and how chaotic things will turn in an instant. People will be running for their lives, and I mean, at this point I've accepted it, but millions, if not billions of people will die in an instant. They will, it took me a long time to accept that. It's been 3 years where I first knew that this was coming, and I thought it was going to happen 3 years ago, and it didn't. But all the signs are there. I mean, there is economic collapse, the banks are collapsing. The digital ID is being pushed. The World Economic Forum just took over with the health, so they're going to push their agenda and cause the mark of the beast to come to full fruition. If you don't take their mark, they will throw you to the wolves. There are ways of living off the land. I don't know what will be accessible and what will not. But I just want to, if you stay back, you're going to have to live in a time of absolute chaos. You're going to, you're going to have to find food. I mean, you may have to dig in rubble in order to find food. You're going to have to accept things that are, you're going to have to be digging for things, and you may have to wear things that are tattered and torn. It's a terrible time, but it's here. I strongly believe even though what I'm finding interesting is when I listen to prophets now, what I've been shown and what they are pushing are similar but different, because what they're saying, is a great revival is going to happen, and we're going to have a lot more years. That is crap. There may be a revival after the rapture happens, but it'll be quashed because the Antichrist is going to come on the stage, and he's already here, and I think he's already working behind the scenes. But I've heard a lot of people claim different things, and it's not happening. They claim that the tribulation has not started. What I've been shown is opposite of that. I have been shown that it has started. It started, I think, last spring, is what I was shown. I had two dreams that basically said the tribulation that's here, and no one believed me. Both of my dreams, people kind of, a few people in my dreams would look at me and go, and kind of took interest and then walked away. So that's why I've been saying we're already in the tribulation times, and I don't know how the day of the Lord fits in, if it's part of the rapture or the chaos. But the day of the Lord is well, I guess that would be part of it, because that's absolute desolation and all this other stuff. So I would say that that's probably part of it. I've also been shown a Terminator dream where the robots turned on people, and I think it was it Google that just shut off their AI because it went ballistic, or not ballistic, but it turned really evil. So they turned it off because AI is nothing more than talking to demons. It is talking to the fallen angels, and they are actually the driving force behind AI. And I've been, I think the only one that, there've been, and that has been given to me because I've seen videos where people were talking to AI and the truth came out. One asked, it's like, okay, if this were the end of the world, what would it be like? And he gave the exact, like, what happens, and it was pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty much everything that's going on right now has been predicted. It's out there. What I find interesting is these Simpsons predictions have been off. Oh, well, the Simpsons said blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, there's been many, like La Palma Island was supposed to go into the sea and cause a tsunami. That's not happened yet. It may happen in the future. The nuclear bomb was supposed to have gone off in May. That never happened. And there's a lot of rumors. There was a rumor that a certain country would take over an island over in the east, and that didn't happen. I mean, there's just been a lot of predictions by them, because the devil does not know everything. The devil is trying to make it up as he goes, and the ultimate force behind everything is God. God only allows what needs to happen and what should be happening during that time. Like right now, like I'm doing this message and my skin is tingling because I know the Holy Spirit is talking through me, because He wants to get this message out. The rapture is imminent, and I don't know. And right now, I would strongly suggest you get the heck away from God, or from worldly things, not godly things, and go back to God, because it says if you're a friend of the world, you're an enemy of God. So if you're a friend of this world and into sports and entertainment, which is nothing more than the modern day gladiator games, you're going to have a hard time, because it won't exist. And so and all these entertainment things that you have, try living in a world with no electricity, no phone, no internet, no nothing. You're completely cut off. You have no idea what's going on around you. And I don't know what will work and what won't. But if you have a major earthquake and all the phone lines and everything go down, what's left? But yes, I would strongly recommend you turning to God right now, because in the very near future, I've been told it's imminent. All my dreams, all my rapture dreams have come true. I had a crow dream that came true. I had a girl named Audrey show up in my dream. That's already happened. I've had many warnings, and I had a warning, what was that, 2 or 3 weeks ago, where God was saying, you need to get right with me, and that I don't like how you're, what you're saying. So I repented that night, or that when God woke me up with that, and then He gave me another dream. So, and then God showed me again last night that, or early this morning, actually it was only a couple hours ago, that I was good. But yes, I mean, you need to turn to God now if you want to be in a place where you have no shelter, no heat, no electricity, and everything else, well, then don't turn to God. If you want to be starving and go through tribulation and all this other stuff, then don't turn to God. And everyone around me doesn't believe me. There are only a select few people that have actually believed me and trust me. So just, I mean, do what you want, but I'm warning you right now. God's already chosen who's coming home, and who is making it during this time. And I pray for you that you would wake up. And it's not over if the tribulation happens. God has provided a way, like if you're martyred and you have not taken the mark of the beast, you'll be with him. But if you take the mark of the beast, you're basically have given yourself over to the devil. Yeah, it's on you. But what I would strongly suggest is you have a go backpack where you put in first aid and some things that you'll need, like rope, like a survival kit, some extra clothes, and anything you may think that you need. Just remember that you're going to have to carry that. And when it starts shaking and turning into chaos, that's when you need to grab it and get the heck out of Dodge. Because in the Bible it does say that when you see these signs coming, which they are coming now, to run towards the mountains. And it also, there was another reference that those that are wicked and evil will also run to the mountains, but they can't hide from God. God knows exactly where you're going to be. There's also demons that are going to come out and appear on this world, and they already are appearing. I've seen videos of them showing these demonic creatures that are walking on all fours and just look like people, but they're walking on all fours. So they're already here, and the fallen angels, I think, are wearing human forms, but they're here too. But yeah, as you can see, that I'm in a canyon. But all this is going to change in an instant. It's going to shake like you've never seen before, and you're going to be entering a time of absolute chaos. You can turn back to God during that time. God is allowing people to turn back. It says, like when he does his different signs and things, that some people turned back to God, and then there were others that were stubborn and hard-hearted and refused to give their life back to God. So it can happen, and God is trying to save as many people as he can. So the tribulation doesn't mean it's over, but you will have to fight the hardest, most out-of-control battle you have ever experienced in your whole entire life. And I pray for all of you. I pray that that you have already given your life, but I'm here this morning to basically show you my dreams and to show you what will happen. And I know I've made many of these, but I had another dream and I have to post it. Hopefully I do have time to post it tonight. But this world is changing rapidly. If you don't see that it's collapsing, if you don't see that World War III is already starting to happen, it's already on. Our ships are already being attacked in the Red Sea. The banks are already collapsing. I mean, there's like 80 to 100 different banks that are collapsing, and I'm not going to name them off. I strongly suggest you wake up and prepare as much as you can at this moment with whatever you have left. So thank you for listening. I truly hope and pray for you. But yes, if you see the sun turning to blood and the chaos ensuing, you know what time it is. And I don't know if access will be restored to the internet, but I know the devil will try to get rid of anything associated with being saved and that type of thing, because he doesn't want people to come back to God. He wants everyone to die and to go to hell with him, and that's the truth. So thank you for listening. God bless you all.